Each one of us has had a moment where the world felt a little uncertain, where the questions felt bigger than the answers, and where the future felt a little unclear. And usually in those moments, what we want most isn't a solution. It's to know that we're not alone in it. This is where the story of United Rescue Alliance begins. It begins with ordinary people choosing to step into moments that matter with compassion, courage, and hope. And often, in those moments, people aren't thinking about systems or structures. They're thinking about people, about connection, and about what comes next. And many times they're asking themselves, what do I need and how do I need it? At United Rescue Alliance, we believe that the way help is given matters just as much as the help itself, because real hope is always personal. United Rescue Alliance is a movement of everyday people who believe that we are called to lead with love. URA exists for leaders, volunteers, churches, businesses, and families, and for anyone who's ever asked the question, is there something I can do? And for us, the answer has always been yes. We're built on a foundation of training, prayer, and movement, not so that we can rush into these moments, but so that we can step in with wisdom, strength, and compassion. At our core, we are ordinary people making a simple but powerful decision to step in with compassion and to stand with others in moments that matter most. At United Rescue Alliance, we follow a simple process of transformation, and it always starts with the one. One person becomes one family. One family becomes one neighborhood. One neighborhood becomes one city, and one city can change the world. This is how real change spreads. At URA, we prepare before crisis ever hits through training, leadership development, and community readiness. Then we respond when disaster comes with compassion, skill, and a steady presence. And then we transform what remains through long-term recovery, restored dignity, and leaders who are stronger because they stayed. This isn't a one-time response. This is a living cycle of prepare, respond, transform. Every gift, every volunteer, and every yes is multiplied far beyond what any one person could ever do alone. Since 2014, the process has moved through neighborhoods, cities, and nations. Because of that, more than $8 million in life-saving aid has been delivered where hope was running out. Over 2.5 million lives have been served with dignity and restored hope, and more than 50,000 volunteer hours have been poured into moments that truly mattered. Behind every number is a face, a family, a movement of when someone realized that they were seen, known, and loved. We want to invite you into one of those moments. During the Kerr County flood, we met a man named Johnny from Kerrville. He's hardworking, soft-spoken, and deeply connected to the land his family has called home for generations. Bumblebee Lodge wasn't just a house. It was a living legacy, a place filled with art, stories, and memories passed down through the generations. And then, in a single morning, it was all nearly taken away. More than 5 feet of floodwater rushed into the lodge. Artwork, books, family keepsakes, and decades of memories scattered as a quiet creek became a raging river nearly 3/4 of a mile wide. Because we were prepared, we were able to step in and stay. We secured access to a local warehouse, allowing us to move beyond the emergency management response and into the long-term recovery. We came back again and again. We helped clear debris, we brought resources, we listened, we prayed, and recently, we returned once more to help Johnny repaint his home. It wasn't about fixing everything. It was about restoring something deeper, a sense of dignity, a sense of hope, and a reminder that his story and his legacy still mattered. Standing with Johnny looked like presence. It looked like relationship. And slowly, restoration began, not just of a home, but of faith, stability, and a future. That's what it means to stand with someone in a moment that matters most. And that's what it looks like when one person becomes one family. Now zoom out with us from one family to a global movement. United Rescue Alliance has an international reach, crossing borders and spheres of influence within both the church and the community. Through long-term partnership and presence, we have an international footprint spanning more than 24 nations, building a global network rooted in trust, collaboration, and shared purpose. One of these places where the work is deeply rooted is in Guatemala. In Guatemala and in communities across our global network, we don't arrive with quick fixes. We arrive ready to equip, listen, and walk alongside communities as they build resilience from within. Through collaboration with local churches, municipalities, national leaders, and community partners, we've delivered food relief, disaster preparedness training, leadership development, and recovery support across multiple regions. Families have received meals, leaders and first responders have been trained, communities are better prepared to serve when the crisis comes. This is how we bridge from neighbor to neighbor, from city to city, and from nation to nation, pairing resources with relationship and training with trust. In the past year alone, thousands of individuals and families have been served through food relief, medical outreach, leadership development, and preparedness efforts. Volunteers showed up again and again, serving with humility, care, and consistency. This isn't dependency. This is empowerment. And this is what transformation looks like. Not on paper, not in reports, but in real lives that look different because we chose to lead with love. And this is where you come in. This movement doesn't live only in disaster zones. It lives in living rooms, around coffee tables, in small groups, in boardrooms, in team meetings, because today's conversation becomes tomorrow's response, and today's learner becomes tomorrow's leader. This isn't about the crisis that's happening right now. It's about preparing the people who will stand to the next one. And at United Rescue Alliance, our vision continues to grow, to raise up leaders in the next generation, to train responders before the call ever comes, and to empower volunteers to build resilient communities every day. This is where compassion becomes a way of life, and you are invited. You're invited to host a Learn Connect. Open your table to your community, your small groups, your family and friends, and share the mission and vision of United Rescue Alliance. You're invited to volunteer through our Ambassadors of Hope program and make an impact right where you live. You're invited to train through our e-learning platform or to partner with us financially and join the movement today. You are invited to step in right where you are, because saving lives, giving hope, and rescuing the one doesn't just belong to a few of us. It belongs to all of us. This movement is built on ordinary people choosing to lead with love. People who prepare before the crisis comes, who respond when it does, and who stay long enough to see transformation take root. So today, choose your yes. You don't have to do everything, but you are invited to do something. The moment is now, the need is real, and hope is waiting. Join the movement of United Rescue Alliance and let's save lives, give hope, and rescue the one together. For more information, visit unitedrescuealliance.org.